The DE1000 8.5 units manufactured from 2014 through 2018 contain a check valve in the panel mount fittings that the pumping tube connects to. If the system is not flushed often enough, inoculant can build up on these check valves and lead to plugging. The solution is to carefully remove the check valve. In this video, we will show you the step-by-step process to remove the check valve from these fittings. If you prefer to replace the fittings, you can order part number LT14HBPM-NCV. Verify that your control is in the off position. Turn the valve on the cooler to the off position. Rotate the quarter-turn latches on the pump enclosure door counterclockwise and pull the door open towards you. Open the pump head. You will need to remove the pumping tube. Press in the silver tab on the fitting and pull up on the pump tube to disconnect. You will need to do this on both connections. Look inside the fittings and verify if there is a white plastic crosshair visible. If there is, this fitting contains a check valve, which needs to be removed. We'll need to remove the snap clamps that hold the hoses onto each of the panel mount fittings. To remove a snap clamp, use a pliers to grab the outer clamp and turn the pliers down. Use a heat gun on low or a hair dryer to heat up the 1/4-inch clear tubing where it connects to the fitting. This will make the clear tubing easier to remove. Do not overheat. When removing the tubing, pull straight down away from the fitting. Hold the top portion of the fitting inside the pump enclosure and use a 5/8 inch deep socket or wrench to remove the nut on the underside of the pump enclosure. Remove the fitting. Flip the fitting upside down on a table and press down so the tab slides open to give full access to the opening. Locate a punch or small Phillips screwdriver that will fit into the barbed side of the fitting. Insert this and give it a swift, gentle tap with a hammer to break the check valve loose. Flip the fitting over and push the silver tab back in. The O-ring, spring, and plastic crosshair should push out. Look into the fitting to be certain that the flow path is free and clear of any material. If needed, use a small screwdriver to remove any parts left inside. Repeat the procedure to the other fitting. Reinstall the fitting so that the silver tab is facing the center of the enclosure. Line the flat spot on the fitting with the flat spot on the opening for the fitting. Thread the nut onto the fitting. Hand tighten. Using a 5/8 inch deep socket or wrench, snug up the nut. Hold the top of the fitting in place while doing so. Do not over tighten. Attach the 1/4-inch clear tubing back onto the fitting hose barbs. Reinstall the snap clamps and use a pliers to clamp them snug. To reinstall the pumping tube, connect it to one side. You will know it is connected properly when you hear a click. Now stretch the pumping tube over the pump rollers and connect it on the other side. Again, make sure you hear a click. Verify the pumping tube is centered on the pump rollers front to back. Using your thumb on the top and fingers on the bottom of the pump head, gently squeeze it closed. Close the pump enclosure door and rotate the 1/4-turn latches clockwise to secure. When you are ready to test your system, turn your cooler valve down to draw from the cooler. For any questions or concerns, you are always welcome to call us at 320-252-8999 or contact us through our website, dormanenterprises.com.